Hi friends! I hope you're all having a wonderful day and I hope you're having a wonderful week. So today we're building a cottage with a greenhouse attached to it and I really just love it. I wanted to do this. I wanted to build a little cottage with the greenhouse attached to it when this greenhouse haven kit came out, because I think that it just is so pretty and everything in it is just perfect. And I think that a little cottage up in Henford-on-Bagley, this is the Cordelia's secret cottage lot, which is up in the top left, very top part of Henford-on-Bagley. And I just thought that a little cottage with a little farm and a spot for a cow or a llama would just be so perfect here. And I really love the way it came out, and I hope that you do too. So here you can see we are getting started on the shape, and now, so what I do when I am getting ready to build for YouTube and for a speed build is I start out not recording and I build out the shell and kind of brainstorm and come up with what I want to do so that I'm not fumbling around endlessly, because that's what I'll do if I don't plan ahead. So I did plan out the shape and some of the roofing, and then I bulldozed it and started again and recorded it. And this is what we came up with, and I think that it turns out really, really beautiful. It is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house for 1 to 2 Sims. I imagine 1 Sim living here, but of course, if you play in this house, you can have as many Sims as you want. 1 to 2 Sims, not as many Sims as you want. There's only 1 double bed in this house. And then there is a living room and a kitchen and a tiny little dining space and a little reading corner, and then a bathroom, and then the garden shed greenhouse. I couldn't remember the term greenhouse. And then there's the greenhouse that's attached to the house. And then on the exterior, there is a little farmland with some crops planted and a area for a cow or a llama, whichever you prefer to have. So here you can see I've worked out the floor plan and I figured out what I'm going to do, and then I think I start in on the greenhouse a little bit and then go inside and then come back. I think here I was just trying to figure out the lighting for the greenhouse, and now I'm going to add all of the other windows and move on to the inside. I think we do the interior before we step outside. Here is where I realized that I'm going to need a little bit more space, and also that the back of the house was a little awkwardly shaped. So I do add this little bump out, and it just made it so much better and gave us a little bit more space inside. And here in this nook we get a fireplace, and I think it looks beautiful. I really love the fireplace in this little nook. I know that a lot of people get irritated when people build and don't put the fireplace next to the fire for chimney. The chimney, like this chimney right here. I know some people don't like when you put a fireplace inside a build and a chimney on the outside and they don't line up, but I think that as long as there's, I don't know, I just feel like whatever you think looks good is the only thing that matters. As long as you're happy with the build that you're making, I think that it doesn't have to be perfect to anyone else's standards, just good for your own standards. So I feel like sometimes I might put a chimney for the looks on the outside and then forget to put a fireplace inside, or like not have a good space for one. But I don't really care if it's in the right spot, you know, like I put down a fireplace and that's all that matters. There's one in the house, and I think that it looks really, really pretty in this little corner over here. We get some clutter and a little TV up there. I think the new basement TV is what we get put up there. And then we have this beautiful blue kitchen with these cabinets that kind of wrap around the door. And I think that that looks so pretty, and I just really love the way that it looks. I did cut out fiddling with the cabinets, because if you are not a builder, you may not know this, but the corner cabinet that is supposed to sit on like the exterior corner of the kitchen, it's impossible to place. You can never place it where you want to place it. It's so difficult. I do love this bookshelf right here. I think that it was a good addition, and it is kind of like rustic like the build is, and then we get a little chair next to it with like a light and some books on it, so it kind of looks like that's where they sit and read their books, and I think it's such a cute idea, and I was really, really happy with it. This is the wallpaper we use with the bunnies and the mushrooms and the acorns, and it's the most adorable wallpaper in the game. It's perfect. There's nothing I dislike about this wallpaper. It's so good. I did struggle a bit with curtains in this build. I did. I was not sure what I wanted to do. I think this is what we end up with, and then here we are placing the wallpaper in the bedroom. I kind of jump around a lot in this build because I was just trying to get things as they popped into my head placed down, but I did end up getting everything the way I wanted it. So here we are putting some decor on the fireplace. That lantern is floating a little bit, which I noticed when I was taking the screenshots, but I just left it because I don't think it's that big of a deal. And then here we are on alt placing a painting on the fireplace. Nothing snaps there, so if you remove the walls behind it and then alt place it, you can get it to place where you want it to. And now we're placing some extra windows, and then we're going to go back to the living room, and I think we finish up the living room right now. We get some flowers on the mantle and a fluffy rug, and I don't remember what order we do everything else in this build. There I am grabbing the red shelf, which is a piece of CC that I do not leave in my build, so the build is not tagged for CC, but I use it to place objects more precisely. You can find videos on the red shelf on YouTube on other Sims channels if you want to learn more about that. And yeah, it's a really, really helpful item. So here we are in the greenhouse. Look at all of this new greenhouse like items, the new greenhouse items from the Greenhouse Haven kit. This beautiful table here. I love this color. We have these cool wall shelves that you can put anything you want on. I do end up deleting one of them and replacing it with a upper cabinet from the, is it the Country Kitchen kit cabinet, or is it the, I think it's the Country Kitchen kit cabinet. I get that one and the Cottage living cabinets mixed up. We get this beautiful plant over here, which I'm still sad is not separated, and then we get a chair and the flower arranging table, I believe. Here's that cabinet. I cannot remember. It's the Country Kitchen kit, right? I might be wrong. Oh no, we don't get the flower arranging table. We get this beautiful item, which I think is from the Blooming Rooms kit. But it is so beautiful, and I wish that it was functional, but it's not. This greenhouse room doesn't have any functional objects in it. All of the functioning gardening equipment is outside, but I think that it's beautiful anyway, and that's all I really have to say about the greenhouse. Is it turned out really beautiful. It doesn't have any purpose. There's no active skills or activities in it, but I think it turned out beautiful, and that's all that really matters. We get a beautiful rug, and I think that that's about it for this greenhouse. And then I think, do we go back inside or do we work on the exterior now? We're going to the bedroom. So we get a bed, and we get some plants, and we get a couple of nightstands and a, what is the word, a mirror and a dresser. I couldn't remember the word dresser. I got there in the end though, so it's okay. So what do you guys think about the new kits? And what are your ideas for what you think the other two kits that are coming soon are going to be? At the time of this recording, they haven't announced it yet. So let me know what you think it's gonna be. I really miss stuff packs. I don't think they're ever coming back, and kits were not supposed to replace stuff packs, and they seem to have replaced them, and I'm really sad about it. I hope that we're getting some kind of gameplay kit, because we haven't gotten one since Bust the Dust, and Bust the Dust was a bust. But I think that they could come up with something for a gameplay kit, and I kind of feel like the greenhouse kit could have come with some sort of gameplay, or at least some other plant pots. and planters, I feel like it could have come with something. I did use this little old landline phone from the basement kit, and I think that it's really cute. And then we get, I don't remember what we put over here. I think maybe it's just some bags later. I tried a bunch of things, but nothing fit. Oh, we'll put the bags down now. Here's that little reading corner I mentioned. I put a little light and a stack of books on the bookshelf, so it kind of looks like they use the light for reading and the books are what they're reading right now. And I think it turned out really, really adorable. I really think this light is very cute. But yeah, let me know what you think the kits are going to be. I have no ideas. I don't have any idea what they are going to be or what they could be. I don't know. I really hope that one of them is a gameplay kit though. And I really miss stuff packs. I miss stuff packs, and I feel like we should get more game packs. But I really do miss stuff packs. They were so cool and so cute, and I really think that they ended the stuff packs on a good note. I think that the Paranormal stuff pack is the best stuff pack, but I feel like they shouldn't have just stopped making them, especially because they said, you know, it's not going to be the last stuff pack, you know, the kids aren't going to replace it, and then they did, and it's kind of sad. But here we are moving on to the entryway. We just get a couple of decor items on the walls. We're using this new mirror from the basement kit that is so stunning and so pretty, and I love that it kind of leans on the wall, or like it doesn't technically, but it kind of looks like it could. And this rug is so pretty, and then we just get I think just a lantern, another lantern right here, and then I think we move on to the bathroom before moving on to the exterior. So let me know, or have you done any builds with the new kits? Have you built anything with the new windows and doors and all of the cute new stuff? Because I would love to know if you've built anything with it. Let me know your gallery ID. Maybe I will do on my own time, or maybe even in a video, go look at some of y'all's gallery builds. I think that'd be so cute. Because I do like seeing what other people build. I watch speed builds every day of other people because they're so entertaining and I love them so much. They're so inspiring. They really give me lots of inspiration for my own builds and just make me feel motivated and happy. I love all of the plants in this house, just in every nook and cranny. They're everywhere. Here we are moving on to the exterior. We outline a bit of the yard, and then we end up changing some of the fences to be a stone wall and kind of breaking it up into two different sections. One section for the cow or llama, and then one section for the gardening area. And I do eventually realize that those are slightly off because of F5, which lets you place things on half tiles. I do eventually realize that they are off, and I fix it. Here we are breaking up the walls, and then this is what it ends up looking like. Is there's two sections. One section for the animal, like I said, and then the other one has some farming stuff. And now we're adding landscaping. I add a bunch of trees. I tried to find the trees as best I could from like the surrounding area without going into debug, but I end up going into debug anyway to get all of the landscaping from the cottage living pack. You see all those scattered grass outside of the lot. I went into debug to find them because I love them. They're so pretty. I put them all over this lot, and I use mostly only debug landscaping except for the trees. So here we are placing those patches of grass. I think it is such an just gorgeous item, and I think that debug really just saves builds, honestly. It's just so good and so pretty. And then I added these bits of grass against the walls to kind of look like maybe they don't reach the edge when they're mowing, or the animals don't preen to the edges. And then I added mushrooms everywhere. I feel like these are definitely not poisonous mushrooms, because if they were, then they would not have them around the animal pen, but I think that they're perfectly fine. And in here I am trying to find the items that I want for the gardening area out of debug, and here I am finding some of them, and then I grab a bunch of pumpkins and melons and decorate a little area in the gardening area with the new table from the Greenhouse Haven kit and the new faux gardening table from the kit, and I just clutter it up with pumpkins and melons and a piece of cabbage, and I just really think it turned out really, really pretty. As you can see here, that's what I'm doing, and I just love it. I love it. It looks so cute and so realistic, and I just am so happy with this build and these new items. And here I am placing the planters so you can plant your own plants, and then moving around the grass so that I can do some terrain paint and it'll not overlap. Now, I did want to say one thing about the terrain paint is that it's not, if you download it and in the screenshots and in the download, it's not going to look the way it's looking right now as I do it right now, because I left the game, and when I came back to go over the build and upload the build, or not upload the build, I haven't uploaded it at this point, but to take the screenshots, all my terrain paint was gone. All my terrain paint was gone, and as you can see, I'm doing a lot of terrain paint. Do it all under the fencing and the trees, and like I kind of blend in everything, and I spent a long time on it, and then it got all deleted. And I thought that they had maybe fixed that, but it doesn't appear that they have. And I'm really sad, because terrain paint, sometimes you put so much effort into terrain paint and making it look cute and like blending it, and then you just come back and it's all gone. And it's just so frustrating. It's so sad. So here we are putting the last touches on the build. We're adding greenery all over the walls of the cottage, and then we're adding some hay bales, and I think that's the end of the build. So I hope you enjoy the screenshots. This will be up on the gallery under AudynRo. You could find that information down below, as well as my links to everything. You can keep up with me on Twitter. I am having some stuff going on this week, so streams will be limited, but I will have this video up. I love you guys so, so much. Please have a wonderful week, and let me know if you have any suggestions for builds. I love you again.